Hello, my name is Olonode Oluwatosin, and this is my business analysis presentation. I'm going to be talking about online women clothing retailing in the UK. And moving on to the introduction, um, this report on online women clothing retailing in the UK investigates business analytics in the online women clothing retailing in the UK, and it underscores the role of business experts in figuring out the industry, and extracting valuable insights for business development. Advanced analytic strategies are used to acquire a competitive edge in developing digital market. And now, moving on, uh, business analytics. Um, Business analysis is also one of the very important instruments needed to stay afloat in the online women clothing industry. Now, moving on to the background. As Panache stated, that social media stages have essentially impacted buyer choices in the UK online women clothing retailing sector, allowing retailers to engage in customer details, showcase products, and drive sales. And business examination, as featured by Lynch and Berners, assumes an urgent part in grasping clients' inclinations and optimizing marketing strategies in this dynamic industry. Now, moving on to the next slide, which is also the background. In the developing scene of online women clothing and retailing, retailers aim to provide seamless and personalized shopping experience across multiple channels. And business examination assumes a significant part in grasping client conduct, upgrading retail procedures, as indicated by design, and consumers' attitude towards sustainability have become progressively significant, driving the interest in economic design rehearses. Business investigation assist retailers with examining shoppers' inclinations and ways of behaving to create an advantage supportable system and style item, adding to a more environmentally conscious industry. This is basically saying that business examination is necessary to grow every business, because it goes into details of what is needed for the business to grow and reach its competitive edge. Now, moving on to business examination and its part in decision making. Business analytics plays a crucial role in decision-making for online women clothing retailers in the UK. And by using logic devices, procedures, associations can separate important bits of knowledge from huge measures of information. And these bits of knowledge empower informed navigation, functional upgrades, and improved client encounters, and at last drive business development. Now, moving on to the next slide. Business examination is a significant instrument for online retailers, empowering them to recognize examples and patterns, enhance stock administration and estimating, and make designated showcasing efforts. It assists associations with figuring out client conduct, inclinations, and requests, and permitting them to convey a customized contribution and gain a competitive advantage, as said earlier. Now, moving on to the visual dashboard. In the profound competitive UK fashion e-commerce market, Sainsbury's rules with net deals of over 3 million in 2020, over 3 million US dollars in 2021, as seen on the graph. And next follows immediately with over 2,300,000 US dollars, while ASOS protects the third situation through the years with over 2 million US dollars, and John Lewis being the fourth position with creating net deals of over over 1,800,000 US dollars. And these figures feature in savage rivalry among the online design retailers in the UK. Now, moving on to the next slide, which is also the visual dashboard of the entire business. It is also seen that the UK e-commerce fashion market experiences remarkable growth in 2022, as also seen on the graph here, with critical expansion in income, and the dress portion alone saw a surge of approximately a very large amount of dollars contrasted with the early years. And projections show that the footwear portion is supposed to create around 8.9 billion US dollars in income by 2021, as seen on this, and more so on the dashboard still, the revenue forecast of the income of the e-commerce fashion market in all fragments shows massive development in 2027, with most elevated esteemed accomplished towards the finish of the reviewed time frame. The ladies' clothing section is especially vital, projected to arrive at a worth of over 43.18 billion pounds, contributing essentially to the general income development of the business. And then moving to the descriptive analytics. Basically, the descriptive analytics statistics provide valuable insights into the financial performance and operational dynamics of 9 online women clothing retailing in the UK, and it can evaluate the financial health and efficiency growth potential by examining factors: turnover, overall revenue, liquidity proportion, ROCE, and the number of workers. And now moving on to the predictive analysis, which is one of the most important. Predictive analysis usually use, to process the existing data for the effective forecast of the future activities. Moreover, the process is used here is to identify the future development area of the clothing industry in the UK. And here, in this analysis, correlation and regression is performed to identify the relation between the variables, and the variables used here are the turnover, the profit margin, the liquidity ratio, the number of employees. And here, correlation helps to identify the level of correlation between the multiple variables which affect the organization. And the value from the range of -1 states about perfect inverse of the situation, and the linear regression states about the indicator which identified the ending value of the linear regression, considering the number of bars specified in the graph. And now, in conclusion, the report emphasizes the meaning of business analytics in the online women clothing retailing sector in the UK, highlighting the impact of digital platforms, omni-channel retailing, and sustainability. It additionally highlights the job of examination in stock administration, estimating, and showcasing techniques adding to the business development. Thank you very much, and this is the end of my presentation.